And a lot of people will just quit because they can't take what happened or the problems they have to solve because they're too difficult to solve. Being an entrepreneur is being a problem solver. That's really what it is.
Being in the heart of Miami, everywhere you turn, you see a fucking exotic. You see someone with $100,000 watch on their wrist. It's like you have to level up or else you feel like you're falling behind.
Bro, for me, it was just like the amount of investor interest I was getting. I just couldn't say no. Not all money is good money. That's what I tell people. You really got to have your ducks in a row, and there's no point taking risks.
You got to do good business. You got to do things right. You got to do them by the book. You got to uphold your reputation because it's not all about that quick money.
But the nice thing too about Miami in general is like, I feel like once you just put your head down, you grind, you build a really solid business, really solid brand for yourself, the level of individuals you get access to at that point is insane. Bro, when I'm driving a Maybach and I'm taking a little video of it, that's me working.
All right, guys, welcome to the Miami Injury Lawyer Podcast. This is episode 7. We're here with Jayden Bloom of Murci Luxury. He's going to tell us about how he started his exotic car rental company from scratch, right? How long has it been now?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half, and he's absolutely blown this thing up. He's become one of the biggest exotic car rental companies in Miami, probably one of the hardest cities to grow an exotic car rental company because there's so much business, and how he used social media and his connections to really leverage that. So welcome to the pod, bro.
Thanks you for having me, bro. Thank you.
Of course. So first question I always ask all of my guests is, how did you get this whole thing started? So let's hear it. From day one.
From day one?
Or even before day one.
So, bro, I've loved cars my entire life. Like, ever since I could remember, obsessed with cars, playing Need for Speed my whole life. My dad was a big car guy.
Nice.
So I saw him, like, start with, like, you know, the Toyotas, the Pontiacs to, like, he started getting BMWs, and he got a McLaren, and then an RA. Like, I've seen his fleet grow, like, just when he became more successful.
Yeah.
And so I kind of saw these, like, you know, R8s and stuff at not a young age, but I was probably like 15, 16. And just, bro, I just became absolutely obsessed just sitting in that car. He'd never let me drive that car, but just sitting in, I became obsessed. So love cars. And then I got my first, like, decently nice car in 2021. It was an M2 competition.
Nice.
Fell in love with that car. Like, absolutely love it.
What were you doing to afford that car?
Dude, I was doing online coaching.
You're doing online coaching?
And I was trading crypto.
Holy shit.
So I actually did really well in crypto in 2021, 2022.
Nice.
That gave me my first little bit of capital.
Okay.
And then I hated Canada, bro. I really wanted to get out after COVID.
All right.
I knew Miami was, like, you know, a hot city. I'd visited a few times and absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like, that was my goal. I hated school, never did well in school. Always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Nice.
So I moved down here with my car. My business partner at the time, Connor, brought his, and he had an M5 he brought down.
Yeah.
We threw the cars on Turo just to kind of see what would happen. And we started as, like, a little side hustle, bro. We didn't expect this to be, like, our main thing. We just wanted some passive income, some side income. And if we could get, you know, 3-4 cars that were making us 10 G's a month, we were happy. And then, dude, it just blew up.
Wow, that's awesome. So you came to Miami with the intention of starting a car rental company?
On the side. Because I knew it was a hot market. I had a couple buddies that were doing it.
Okay.
But I didn't, bro. In a year and a half, I did not expect to have, like, 30 plus exotic cars and be making the money that we're making now.
That's nuts. And how old are you now?
27.
Dude, you're young. It's so awesome seeing all these young entrepreneurs in Miami. I'm 27. I turn 28 next week. Neil's also fucking 27. Adam from American Income's 22.
Crazy, like, bro. And you're not going to find that anywhere else but Miami.
Right.
Because it's just, people in Miami just have a different hunger. Like, age does not matter.
No.
You have 19-year-olds making 6 figures a month. Like, where in the world are you going to find that? You know? So I feel like when you come to Miami, especially if you have nothing going on, a blank slate, there's so much opportunity here. Yeah. Like you said, 19-year-olds, 22-years-olds are making 6 figures a month. Like, anybody can do it. Yeah. But the grind is what does it. Like, the grind here is different. People, like, bro, I'm sure it's the same with you. Like, I haven't taken a day off and I don't even remember how long. I haven't taken a vacation and I don't even remember when, you know? But for me, I love what I do so much that it feels like when I wake up and I do what I do, it doesn't feel like work. Right. It just feels like I'm living my perfect life. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And look, we're young, we're ambitious. We can't just be sitting around doing nothing. You'll feel like you're not going anywhere. Especially, being in the heart of Miami, in Brickell, dude. Everywhere you turn, you see a fucking exotic. Bro, everywhere. You see someone with $100,000 watch on their wrist. It's like you have to level up or else you feel like you're falling behind. 100%. Like, I think in Miami, if you're making like $100K a year, you'll barely survive. Oh, 100%. You know? And I actually made a video when I first started posting content. I made a video saying 100K a year is broke money. Yeah. And it went fucking viral. And the amount of hate I got from that video was insane. But the people that lived in big cities, the people that lived in LA, Miami, New York, all agreed. I had people being like, bro, I'm making 100K a month. I can barely breathe. Like,
Yeah.
I can barely afford rent and food.
Yeah.
Then you have like the Kentucky guys and the Alabama guys saying, bro, I make 30K a year and I'm rich.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we're not the same, you
Right.
know? Come to Miami on that salary and see how far it gets you.
That'll last you a week.
Literally, bro. If you go to 11, then a couple hours.
Yeah, not even. That's funny, bro. All right, so backtracking from Miami, let's talk about Murci.
Okay.
So you moved from Canada, right? You and your friend, you have two BMWs.
Two BMWs.
Now you have 30 cars. What happened in that year and a half?
So started with those 2 cars. We ended up buying another car. Him and I, we split it. We bought a Maserati Gran Turismo cash. I think it was like 70K.
Nice.
So 35K each, which was a lot of the capital that we had liquid.
Yeah.
We had those 3 cars on Turo. We're making probably like 5-6K a month. So not bad.
Okay.
And we saw the potential, right? So we wanted to grow. We wanted to expand. We actually met this girl who had a Porsche at the time. She threw the Porsche in the fleet on like an 85-15 split. We were making no money, but it was like our way to show her. Like,
she was getting 85%?
85%.
Oh, God.
On a 2015 Porsche 911 Turbo. Because we had no leverage.
Yeah.
Brand new company. Couldn't show any numbers really, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to start on these insane splits when I was working with investors. Then we ended up buying 2 more cars with a guy. Actually, he lives in Brickell Heights. His name's Tim. I don't know if maybe you've seen him around.
What cars does he have?
He's got a Escalade and he's got a blue Corvette.
Nice.
And a Bronco.
Nice.
So we ended up getting the Escalade with him as our 4th car. So we split that 3 ways, renting it for $300 a day. So each making $100 a day. You know, there's no money.
Yeah.
And then what happened was, this was kind of the tipping point. I became really close with one of my buddies, like one of my best friends right now. He lives in the SLS. Him and I just kind of became friends because we lived in the same building.
Yeah.
And he always wanted to start an exotic car rental company. So he kind of saw our growth. You know, we started working closely with like the valet. Like, we had all our systems on lock, but we didn't have the cars.
Yeah.
And he had access to a few cars at the time. So he ended up getting us a Bentley truck, Bentayga, through in the fleet. That was like our first nice exotic car. Ended up getting a Maybach SUV shortly after that.
Nice.
And then that kind of put us on the map. And at the same time, just by luck, I got put in touch with a dude who was selling his company, his exotic car rental company.
Yeah.
And I wanted to build my own brand. I didn't want to, purchase what he had built over the last few years.
Yeah.
And I told him that. I said, bro, I'm not really interested in acquiring your company. I want to build my brand. But what would it take for you to come on board as a mentor and teach me the whole private exotic rental game? Because we were only using Turo. I didn't know how to rent privately to clients.
Gotcha.
I didn't know how the insurance worked. I didn't know how the contracts worked. I didn't know how anything worked. And I knew there was a lot of liability. That's why people use Turo.
Right.
Right. But there's no money on Turo. Turo is the worst platform in the world.
Really?
To build a business on. Oh, the fees, the age requirements, their third-party insurance company sucks. Like, tons of negatives, very little positive, and everybody thinks Turo is like the only thing people use when they rent cars out.
Yeah.
If you know how to rent cars out, the last thing you're going to use is Turo. You're going to use the client's insurance.
Right.
And that's what he taught me. I paid him $15,000. I was like, fuck it, let's see where this takes me. I remember he said I was going to make that back in like 2-3 months, and I made that back in 2 weeks.
Holy shit. In profit?
In profit.
Wow.
I went from 4 cars end of March to 15 cars by the end of May. Just after bringing him on board as a mentor.
But they weren't necessarily your cars. They were other people's cars that you were renting out for them.
Yes. My buddy that ended up joining the business, or that got us those cars, ended up joining the business.
Gotcha.
So he was throwing the cars into the company name. So now the company was able to profit on those cars too. And then from there, bro, we just started flying. We started just building our brand. We had a couple of reels go viral, which really helped.
Yeah.
Started building our broker network, so they push our cars out a lot.
Yeah.
And then from there, bro, the investor interest just exploded.
Right.
I get hit up probably 5 times a day from people wanting to throw cars in my fleet.
Really?
I can't even take them in because I have too many.
Wow.
And I don't take anything below like if it's like a Maybach sedan is probably the cheapest car I'll take in.
Yeah.
I don't take in like BMWs, no Mercedes, no Corvettes.
Right.
Just high-end exotics.
Yeah, of course, because at the end of the day, the small cars and the big cars, they take the same amount of time, right?
Exactly. That's what I tell people. The work that goes into renting out a Corvette for $300 a day is the exact same amount of work that goes into renting a Cullinan for $1,400 a day.
Right.
And the Cullinan client is going to be a lot more respectful than a Corvette client because they're paying so much more.
Yeah.
They have to have the right coverages, so they're paying a premium with insurance.
Yeah.
They probably have a decent car and policy, and they're spending $1,400 plus $1,000 deposit just for a 24-hour rental. Wow. And they know that's on the line. Their deposit plus their insurance.
Right.
So, the last thing they're going to do is bring a color in the back that's all fucked up.
Right.
And a lot of people, this is a huge misconception to this business too, is people think, because you got an Evo, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people think like, oh, bro, I'll never rent out a Lambo. Like, people are just going to dog it. They're going to destroy it. They're going to redline it. People don't understand those cars are made to be driven hard. That is a exotic sports car that's built for the track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people are like, bro, people are going to put their foot down and they're going to hurt the engine. Bro, it's a V10. It's built for that.
Yeah.
I've been renting Evos for over a year now, and I've never, ever, ever had an engine light pop up on an Evo, ever.
Yeah.
Like, I've put 15,000 miles on one of the Evos that we have, and I've never had an issue.
They're bulletproof.
They're bulletproof, bro.
They are bulletproof.
So people have this huge misconception that people aren't going to treat the cars well, that, you know, they're going to dog them because they're not their cars. It's quite the opposite, to be honest.
That's interesting. So if someone does want to rent out their car, like, you have people reaching out to you all the time, like, yo, I have a Lambo, I want to rent it out.
All the time.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, in the last month, I had a guy plays for the 49ers. He just bought a Urus for the fleet. He's not even here.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's in Cali, off-season training.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he bought a Urus. My boy plays overseas. He used to play in the NBA for a couple years. He bought a Maybach sedan for the fleet. He plays in Tel Aviv. He's not even here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Israel.
Yeah, plays for Maccabi Tel Aviv. So, bro, I've got some pretty big investors, like pro athlete investors, and bro, half the times they don't even. A lot of these guys don't even live here.
Yeah,
I've just built such a solid like proof of concept, and I have so much credibility that people are comfortable sending a wire to a dealership and telling me to go pick up the car.
Wow.
And knowing that they're gonna get paid every time that car goes out.
That's incredible.
And that's how you grow a business. It's from trust, proof of concept, credibility. Like, my face is everywhere, so somebody knows that like the last thing I'm gonna do is try and screw somebody over.
Right.
And that's where people go wrong when they try and build a business. Is they get hungry for fast money, for even small amounts of money. The minute you ruin reputation, that's over.
Yeah, it is.
You're
over.
done. You know,
100%.
So if you can just, like I tell people all the time, you can like just have a good face. Don't ruin that for any amount of money.
Yeah.
And just be credible. Like, put your face out there. People are gonna trust you and will want to do business with you.
Without a doubt. And the exotic car rental business in Miami is so competitive.
Yeah.
How do you stand out from the rest of the competition, and how are you able to rent out all these cars?
So honestly, there's so much demand here that is like absolutely insane.
Really?
Like, there's a lot of competition, but the demand is like insane as well. So I find some things that really help rent out these cars more than competitors is pricing's huge.
Okay.
Right? Like, you know, have you heard of MPH Club?
Yes.
Bro, their pricing is atrocious. They're
really?
charging
It's very high?
Extremely high. I don't know how they rent cars out.
Wow.
Because like the market, like if you were to like, the market pricing is a lot lower than what they're charging.
Gotcha.
So if you can be competitive with your pricing, I mean, you're gonna get your cars out a lot more.
Right.
You can have nice cars too that aren't beat up. That's huge.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of companies out here will just not really care about the cars in the fleet.
Yeah.
You rent a Cullinan and the whole interior is falling apart. The leather's all, you know, cracked.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're driving a new Cullinan. It feels like you're driving a 100,000-mile Cullinan. You know, if you can just make sure your cars are in good condition, you have nice specs, your pricing is good, your customer service is good, bro, you're gonna do very well.
Yeah, and just to talk about pricing, let's run through a couple cars and what their average price is. So, like, what is it to rent a Huracan for a day?
Huracan for a day, we go for about $1,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 to 1,200. Obviously, we do discounts for multi-days.
Yeah.
But about 1,000 to 1,200. Yeah.
And do you have some kind of policy where you have to rent out for more than one day, or do you do one day rentals?
We'll do one-day rentals.
Okay. So Huracan, that's probably like the starter, right?
Huracan or Urus. I think a Urus is a better starter because they're cheaper than Huracans.
Gotcha.
Like, Evos are still holding like 220, 230 minimum.
Yeah.
You get a 19 Urus that looks like identical to a 22 Urus for $170,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know?
It's crazy. I mean, starter in terms of like renting, if I want to rent a car out.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah. Everybody wants a Huracan.
Right. Everybody wants a Huracan. How much are the Uruses? Are they also 1,000 a day?
About 1,000 a day.
1,000 a day. And then what about Ferraris?
So I've got two. I've got an F8. It's absolutely insane. Like, my favorite car in the fleet by far. Oh, dude, car is incredible.
Really?
Like, the sound, the drive, the comfort, the look, incredible. We rent that out for about $1,500 a day.
Okay.
And then we have an STO.
Nice.
We rent for about $1,500 a day too.
It's a crazy car too.
Oh, crazy car.
So you obviously drive these cars all day.
Yeah.
I have an Evo. I've never driven an STO. Is it a big difference?
Surprisingly not.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, the difference is you have the comfort seats, right?
Yeah.
So in the STO, you have the bucket, so it's a little bit firmer, and then the suspension's a lot firmer.
Gotcha.
So you feel every single goddamn bump.
Yeah.
But the drive is very similar.
Gotcha.
Like, it just kind of feels like you're driving an Evo with a kit on it and tight suspension.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's good to know. So I don't have to spend an extra $100.
Nah, you're good. But they do look cool.
Yeah,
they look badass. I gotta say.
It looks like a fucking race car.
Oh, dude, that car gets so much fucking attention.
It really does. Do you ever rent out Aventadors? Do you have any Aventadors?
Nah, I want to. That's just a lot of liability.
It is.
They're just so expensive.
Yeah.
Like my boy has an SVJ. He bought it with the thought of putting it in the fleet as well, and I think he fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. But bro, to even rent that out, we'd have to charge like $4K a day. You know.
Wow.
Like we'd maybe get like 3-4 days a month, which is worth it.
Yeah, because it pays for his car.
Pays for itself.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get like enthusiasts driving that car. You're not gonna get like somebody that just wants to jump in a Lambo. They'll just rent the Huracan.
Yeah,
because most people can't even tell the difference, probably.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So how are you generating all these clients if you feel comfortable sharing that? Because Turo obviously feeds you the clientele, right? But now you're getting them without Turo most of the time. Are you 100% off of Turo at this point?
100%.
Okay, awesome.
And we're doing 6 figures a month.
Wow. And that's revenue profit or what?
That's revenue. We had 1 month where we were pretty close to 100K profit.
Nice.
But yeah, our profit margins are like about 40%, I would say.
That's great.
Yeah, because we get 50 to investors right off the bat. And then our overhead's I've got like a pretty small team.
Okay.
Maybe like 3 people on payroll.
Okay. How big is your team?
It's about 4 or 5 people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And they're all like salaried employees?
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah. My business is completely automated, which is sick.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't do much besides promote it?
That's it.
Really? That's
and
amazing.
obviously, like, get cars for the fleet.
Yeah.
If we need certain cars, I'll work on getting those cars, build the brand. I do get hit up a lot as well still from people that want to rent just from my personal brand.
Right.
But I'll just, directly just throw them into my chats with my team and they'll handle it.
That's awesome. How are you able to grow business so quickly and automate it at the same time? Honestly, that's something I'm still working on, is automating my business.
Right.
I have a pretty big team, but it seems like we just keep getting busier and busier,
100%.
Thankfully. And I just can't get myself out of the business. What are some like business entrepreneurship tips that you have on that?
In terms of automating your business?
Yeah.
Honestly, and for me, it was like any little thing that I'm spending even a second doing that's not making me money, I automate. So there are little things that, I was doing on a daily basis. Talking to brokers. Okay. Even though essentially that does make me money. Yeah. It's just something that can be so easily automated, and it's just my time's better focused elsewhere. Right. So I would say as an entrepreneur in general, if you feel like you're spending even a second of your day doing something that you don't think is making you money or is going to make you money, automate it. Yeah. Especially if it's a daily occurrence. Right. Right. So like broker chats for me, even investor relations, like, I kind of offloaded that too. I was talking to all the investors in the with their cars.
Like updating them and all that stuff.
Yeah, updating them with cars going out, updating them on all these different things, doing the payouts myself.
Gotcha.
And I was like, man, this is even on a busy day, it's taking an hour or 2 out of my day. Yeah. When that could easily be automated. Right. So a lot of 90
automated and delegated, right?
Exactly. Automated and delegated. Yeah. Exactly.
So what do you spend most of your days doing now?
Content, personal brand building, building the brand, Murci, getting new cars for the fleet. Still finding clients. I do get a lot of requests through my DMs and everything like that. Yeah. I get put in group chats all the time. Right. From my boys who have buddies flying in. Yeah, yeah. I actually have a guy taking the 720S right now, McLaren. Nice. And I got plugged in a group chat with him and my boy George. He's like, yo, my boy's coming to town for 2 days. Hook him up with someone. Nice. So a lot of our rentals come from that. I can't even lie.
Yeah, referrals. And that's the biggest compliment, right? 100%. Like the second someone refers you a client, it's like, all right, I know I did a good job for them. And that's why they're referring me that business.
100%.
And it's the cheapest client too, well, in terms of like ROI, right?
100%.
Like it's free clients, free leads.
100%. But I feel like it's the same for your business. Or as my business, people see the cars that I have. Yeah. They see how big the brand is. They see the kind of clientele I get. Yeah. That all directly drives traffic to my business. Like that gets me, that makes me money. All those 3 things. Yeah. Whereas same for you, I feel like you drive in the Lambo. You know, people know that okay, if they get into a car accident and they're going to be injured, hit up Joey. Right. Because Joey's making money. Yeah. Right? People want to work with people that are making money. Yeah. If you're driving a Honda Civic, living in Hialeah, I don't know if people would be hitting you up. Right. For, personal injury settlements. Yeah. Whereas it's same with me. If I didn't flex this lifestyle, if I didn't show all what I show, my business would be probably like 1/10 of where it is right now. Right. You have to flex the lifestyle, and you got to show that like my business is creating all of this for me. Exactly. And then people want to tap in. Right. It's the same with everything. Right.
And it's sorry to cut you off, but it's always the people that aren't doing that well in life that are hating on that, right? 100%. Like they don't understand that social media is the new wave. No matter what industry you're in, if people see on social media that you're doing well, they're going to want to be associated with you in some way, shape, or form. Either be a client, a referral source, something. I'm sure you have people that you never rented a car to that will refer you business all day.
100%.
Right?
Just because they're fans.
Yeah.
Just because they love the content you post. They love what you do. They love, just seeing you talk in videos, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, I want to give this guy my business. If I ever get hit up by somebody who wants to rent, I'm going straight to that guy.
Yeah.
So 100% content's like the new way to become a celebrity.
It is.
And you can become a celebrity very fast.
Yeah.
Like it's actually kind of crazy.
It is nuts, right? Do you get recognized a lot?
It's starting to happen now, and I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
I had a guy drive by. I was just walking my dog. He honks, bro, I love your videos. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Sick.
7-Eleven, some dude came up to me, bro, I love your content. Keep posting.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so
huge,
it's starting
man.
to get to the point where like I actually am getting recognized quite a lot.
Yeah,
which
course.
is sick. Like I've always wanted to like have that notoriety.
Yeah.
So to kind of have that now, and I only really started posting content like 2 months ago, trying to build my personal brand is. And the fact that people come up and say I love your content, that's what really makes me feel good, because I'm like, okay, I know I'm posting the right shit,
right?
And I know what I'm talking about,
right?
That's big too,
and a lot of work goes into it.
Oh yeah,
like people that don't make content think it's like 5 minutes a day of posting on social media.
Hell no,
it's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot of work, and you got to really make sure you know what you're talking about, because you're putting yourself out there. If that gets a million views, and you're just speaking nonsense, bro. That's going to directly affect your business too.
100%.
So you really got to know exactly what you're talking about. Same with the videos you post, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Like
you really got to know.
I see the tips number, all those tips.
Yes. We took a little break on those. I haven't had a chance to shoot them.
You had a couple that went viral, huh?
Yes. We got the highest one, I think it was number 24, got like 1.3 million.
Solid.
Yeah, dude. On Instagram, which is pretty tough.
Damn.
Yeah, 1.3 million plays, not likes. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, that shit blew up my page, right?
Oh, yeah.
And to talk about your content, your content has been popping up a lot on my page. I've followed you for a while, but even like if someone's following you, they're not going to get all your content. They're just going to get your good content, right? Like sometimes you put out a piece of content, it does all right. Other times it blows up. But your content I've been seeing nonstop with like just you talking to the camera, and you're like, here are the best cars to buy under 100K.
Exactly.
Over 100K, at around 100K. And it's like, and I watch them. Like I'm different. I would never rent out my cars. I think just because I'm an attorney and it's like it'll fuck with my head, all the liability and stuff.
Right.
But nonetheless, I still watch the videos. Like they're super interesting, and you're adding a lot of value, right? And I think that's what's really important is you're not saying, hey guys, Murci Luxury, call me if you guys want to rent a car. You're like, hey, these are the best rental cars.
100%.
Right? So just to talk about some of those, what do you think is the best? If I was to get one car to rent with you, what is that best car?
Probably a Urus.
A Urus?
Yeah.
That's the biggest money maker?
Super safe.
Really?
That car will go out 15, 20 days a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Super safe car to get. Always in demand. I would say number 2, a Cullinan.
Okay.
Always in demand as well.
And people are willing to pay that $1,500 a day for a Cullinan?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
Do they go for more than that sometimes too, or is that just about?
Just about.
Yeah?
Yeah, we had a black badge in the fleet. It was like a $550,000 window sticker. So we had to charge like $1,800 a day. And people would just choose the cheaper Cullinans, even for a couple $100. Because they're so similar.
Yeah.
And that's why I also like, when it comes to specs, sometimes it's better not to go for the high spec.
Yeah.
When you're renting out, because you think automatically, okay, if I go for the black badge, it's going to do 15 more days because it's a black badge and nobody has it. There's a reason why nobody's renting them out. Clients don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
They just want to drive Cullinan.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
so I've tried that, like the nice spec, everything, and it just every time doesn't work.
Right. At the end of the day, it's the same base, right?
Yeah.
What are the majority of your clients? Is it people traveling from out of state? Is it people in Miami? Is it people that want to buy that car? Or who?
Mostly out of state.
It's mostly out of state?
Yeah, a lot of out of state. We do get the odd local here and there.
Yeah. That
are using it for like some sort of event or dinner or whatnot.
Gotcha.
But usually out of state. We'll get guys that come in, they're staying at the one hotel or they're staying at Fontainebleau and they want a Urus for 4 days or Huracan for 4 days. Those are my favorite clients because they're coming in, they're just gonna flex it, they're gonna put 10 miles on it a day, and
that's what I was gonna ask you. Like the people that rent those cars that are staying in those hotels. I had a friend that was in the business, and he told me, "Dude, I'll drop off the car to the hotel, they'll drive it once in like 4 days, but they'll leave it parked at valet just so they could tell everyone that that's their car for the weekend.
Bro. I had a guy rent the STO for 5 days, $1,500 a day. That car did not leave the Fontainebleau. Like, it just sat there.
He didn't put any miles on it?
Like 40?
He put 40 miles on it, 10 miles a day.
Literally, just sat at valet.
Nuts.
Crazy, bro.
Wow.
He probably just did a little lap of South Beach and back. That's
yeah.
it.
And what are the majority of your clientele like? How are they able to afford these cars? Because renting out a car for $1,000 a day,
it's not cheap.
Dude, I think I do pretty well for myself, but I wouldn't be able to justify it.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I'm a little different too. But what are most of your clients like? How can they afford them?
See, that's an interesting question because I don't know what a lot of them do. I don't ask those questions.
Yeah.
I had a dude pay me $25K cash 1 month for a Maybach SUV. And I kind of had an idea what he was doing, but I don't ask those questions. As long as the bills are real and you can afford it, I don't care where they came from, you know? At the end of the day.
That's funny. When I first, $25K.
When I first started out, dude from New York.
That's nuts.
Chains, heavy chains, like crazy.
Who named that price? You named that price?
Yeah, he paid it.
And he didn't negotiate.
No. We put 40 down on that car. We almost made our down payment back in a month.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And those cars are going for relatively cheap now. If you want to buy
SUVs?
One,
yeah. 130.
Cheap.
120.
Cheap.
So that's an insane luxury SUV.
Yeah.
Insane.
So I was asking you in DMs the other day, I think it was yesterday, what do you like more, the S-Class Maybach or the GLS Maybach? In terms of like, you know, which one's better?
The S-Class.
S-Class. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I got the S-Class Maybach. And
you got it?
Yeah, I have
Fire.
it. I have two-tone. Oh, I fucking love it.
You like it? It's sick, eh?
Dude, it's amazing. It's my daily. Because I had a Model X before.
Okay.
I got rid of that. I had a Model X Plaid, which was awesome. But I was kind of getting bored of it, and the charging was a pain in the ass. So I replaced it with the S580 Maybach.
Fire. That's a good option, bro.
Which I love.
That's a great.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with the S580 Maybach. It's probably the most luxurious sedan you can buy.
Yeah, right?
I actually made a video today because I have a Rolls Royce Ghost in the fleet. It's a 2023.
Okay.
It's like 400 grand. And then I have that S580 Maybach. I think it was like 130. Bro, I'm choosing the S580 Maybach all day.
Really?
Oh, dude, the price, the comfort. There's no flaws to that car. The speakers are amazing. The comfort, the technology.
Yeah.
It drives so well. Like it's the same as a Ghost. You're just buying you're buying the brand at that point.
Really?
Just because you want a Rolls Royce, you're gonna pay $250,000-$260,000.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, sick fucking car too, but for half the price you can get the exact same car, just Mercedes version. It's like, bro, and I think that's more luxurious.
Yeah.
The Rolls Royce Ghost seats don't recline.
Really?
Yeah, in the back seat they don't recline.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
I love my Maybach, bro. It's so luxurious. And the craziest thing about it is that when I'm on the phone in the Maybach and I have the Bluetooth on and stuff, no one can ever tell. Like,
really?
I feel like that's a cool feature.
Yeah, that's sick.
Because every time I'm on the phone with someone and I hear them on their Bluetooth, I'm like, yo, I can barely fucking hear you. Yeah. And with the Maybach, like, no one can tell. But that car is crazy. That car just glides, dude.
Glides. It's like you're driving a cloud.
Yeah. I'm loving it.
You're gonna keep that for a while?
I think I'm gonna keep it for a while.
What was your purchase? So tell me the year, the miles, the price.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you if I think it's a good deal, and tell me the spec.
Okay, so I'll tell you everything, and you got to guess what I bought it for.
Okay, deal.
Okay, 2021.
Okay.
Two-tone factory, black and white.
Black and white, not silver.
No, black and white.
Okay.
Black and white factory. 2021 two-tone, black and white, piano black.
Okay.
Interior. Black leather.
Okay.
With the upgraded wheels.
The upgraded wheels, not the disc wheels?
No.
Okay, I know. I think I know.
The champagne wheels.
The champagne wheels.
Executive package with a fridge.
How many miles?
10,000.
I want to say you bought it for 169.
Bro, 155.
Damn.
The craziest part is that
That's not bad.
The car wasn't for sale.
Oh, it wasn't?
It wasn't. So I was looking for a Maybach probably for like a month. And I couldn't find the right spec because I needed the two-tone paint. I needed I like those wheels a lot. And I needed the piano black interior. And I saw this guy on Instagram and he just bought a LaFerrari, which is fucking nuts, right? Everyone's congratulating him. I have a bunch of mutual friends with him. They're all posting on his story. Yo, Milik, congrats on your LaFerrari.
That's crazy.
Great. And then I go on his page and it was a Sunday night and I'm looking through his page and I see he has a Maybach too. And I'm like, I DM him. I'm like, yo, sick Maybach. He's like, thanks, bro. I'm like, yo, I want to sell it. I want to buy it. He's like, oh, it's not for sale. I'm like, well, maybe we can work something out. He's like, yeah, you know what? This is the longest I've ever had a car. That was Sunday night. Thursday morning, I bought the car from him.
Wow. Because market on that car is probably around 165.
Yeah. Yeah, he hooked it up for me.
Yeah.
He saw how excited I was about the car, and I fucking love it, man.
That's a sick car, dude.
Yeah, it's a hell of a car. The Maybach versus the regular S-Class.
Okay.
Do they drive differently?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
All right, good.
I've had a regular S-Class before. Fully
Okay.
loaded as well as a 2022.
Yeah.
They definitely drive differently.
Yeah, it's not as smooth.
It's not as smooth, the regular S-Class, but the Maybach's also much longer.
Right.
So I think the aerodynamics are a little bit different, and
Yeah.
it just glides.
It glides, right?
It glides.
It's a car that you don't even want to speed in.
No, that you don't bump at all. It just glides. Or the S-Class, you do feel like it's more sporty, I would say.
Okay. All right, cool. Because I never drove a regular S-Class.
Got you. Now the Maybach's a good that's a good starter S-Class.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Such a fire. I love Maybachs, bro.
I love mine.
The Maybachs are just a different. It's just a different.
It's
feel.
different. It's a different kind of flex.
I like them more than Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
Everybody's
sure.
and Rolls Royce. I don't know, dude. It is a different type of flex.
Yeah,
it is for sure.
So so we spoke about Murci. We spoke about some cars, and now you've built this business so quick, right? But 18 months, you've turned it into a powerhouse in Miami, with a place with so much competition. As I've said, now you're teaching other people how to do it too.
Yes.
So how is that? Like, tell us about the coaching program and how that's going.
So I teach people how to start a business like this from A to Z, either with their own capital or without, like myself.
Nice.
You know, you will make more money if you can buy the cars yourself.
Yeah.
Because like with investor cars, they're breaking even what 7, 8, 9 days. Whereas if you own the car, like if you were to rent out your Evo, let's say you said to me, I want to rent this car out, teach me how to do it. You'd break even in that car in like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guessing your payment's probably, if you have a payment, like $3,500 to $4,500. That's kind of the average.
Right.
Yeah. For an Evo. So man, like these guys, a lot of them are buying these cars themselves and they're making, bro, you make a lot of money. It just comes with more liability, right?
Yeah.
The issue with buying cars yourself, number one, your credit gets tapped pretty fast.
Yeah.
So you'll probably be able to have like 3 open loans and then the bank will not allow you to get more open loans on cars.
Gotcha.
So that's an issue. Scaling is a big issue. Obviously, capital, right? Liquid capital is an issue. If you're putting 40 down here, 50 down here, you're trying to get a new car every 2 weeks, every month, you got to be making a lot of money or you're going to just run yourself dry.
Right.
Whereas, bro, for me, it was just like the amount of investor interest I was getting. I just couldn't say no. Like people just tossing me STOs, Ferrari F8s, saying, yo, I have 3 cars, take it full time. I don't even want to touch it. Just make me money. Like crazy shit, bro.
That's awesome.
I have like 4 years. Yeah. So for me, the investor route was a lot better.
Yeah.
But for a lot of guys, getting these cars themselves has been better for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I teach them everything that goes into this business, how to mitigate liability. You know, as you know, there's when you're renting out cars and just driving a car in general, there's a lot of liability that comes with that, right? If you get into an accident and it was your fault and you hurt somebody, oh bro, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
You know, like insurance is probably going to drop, your premium is going through the roof, plus they can sue you personally for injuries. Like there's so much shit that goes into it.
Yeah.
We do try and mitigate a lot of our risk and I think we do a good job of it.
Right.
I've had one instance where a client was driving my Urus, sideswiped a lady. She actually said she was injured. And we actually, we hit his insurance. So his insurance actually paid out everything.
Nice.
To where like the investor didn't get touched at all.
Yeah.
And so that's how, for us, is we really push everything onto the client. We make them sign full liability waiver forms.
Good.
So when they sign those contracts, they're basically saying that anything that happens in that car is as if it's their car.
Right.
Their insurance is on the line. We record our phone calls with the agent.
Okay.
Right. So we say we're talking from a recorded line. We ask all our questions. So if insurance decides not to cover us, we have the recorded line.
Okay.
Where their agent said that guy was covered.
Okay.
So we do a really good job at mitigating risk and liability, and I've never lost an insurance claim before.
Nice.
And I've probably made $250,000 in claims.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
nuts.
nuts.
I've never had I've never had a big accident either.
Yeah.
So as you know, I mean, I work with claim attorneys, so there's so much you can go for that people don't realize.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why I work with attorneys. Like number one, fuck dealing with that shit myself. But number two, they go for like 10 different things I didn't even know existed.
Yeah. Loss of use, diminished value.
Exactly. Everything. So by the time a car is fixed for $5,000, we're getting a $30,000 settlement because the car sat for a month.
Yeah.
It lost $20,000 in value.
Right.
It cost $10,000 to repair. And maybe, even other things here and there. We end up getting paid $30,000, $40,000 for $5,000 repair.
Right.
So we teach all of this. We plug people in with our network. We plug people in with our attorney networks, our body shops, our everything to get the best pricing on everything too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we charge $5,000 for mentorship, but bro, it's like fuck, bro, it's like priceless value.
Yeah.
Because if you can actually come out here and build a solid fleet and you're listening to what we say and you go through all of our processes and you plug everything in that we're teaching, you're going to make a stupid amount of money.
Right.
And you're going to be able to drive Lambos for free. That's the best part.
Yeah, that is a cool part.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like somebody like yourself, for example, like you said, you'd never rent your Huracan out, which makes sense. You don't need to, right?
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, man, like a 4K a month payment is heavy.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a lot if you're paying for, if you have rent on top of that, groceries, you know, like a lot of people aren't making that type of money.
Right.
But when you tell them, look, bro, you only got to rent that car 4 times a month for it to break even.
Yeah.
Now you're getting people that might not be able to afford a Lambo in a Lambo.
Right.
As fucked up as that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. And how long is the coaching program?
Lifetime.
Oh, it's lifetime.
Yeah.
And how often do you have calls? By the way, guys, we're doing this at around 7. It's 7:30 now. I hit him up this morning. I was like, yo, do you want to do the podcast? He's like, yeah, I just have an 8 o'clock coaching call, so we got to do it beforehand.
Facts.
So he's fucking committed to his coaching clients.
Oh, committed,
like,
bro.
very, very committed. How often do you have these calls?
So once a week, every Wednesday, group
Nice.
calls. And then I do Sunday meetups for the Miami guys.
Oh, awesome.
So we'll just go grab a coffee. And then I'm hoping in a few weeks or a few months, once everybody has like sick cars, we'll go do like car meetups and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So that'd
yeah.
be cool. Bring a videographer and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You got to host a rally.
Yeah, I want to.
Do it. I'm in.
Yeah?
I'm in
Hell
for
yeah, let's
whatever
do it.
rally
We'll do a
you
little
do.
Miami rally.
I'm down.
With police escort and stuff.
I'm down.
That'd be sick.
Set it up. I'm in.
All right, deal.
Whatever it
Deal,
is,
let's
you
do
let
it.
me know. So what are some of the success stories that you've had in that coaching program?
So we started this end of February. So we've
Okay.
been doing it for about 3 months. One of my students, I should say, has a C8 Corvette. I think it goes out like 3 weeks a month. So like he gets to use it for 1 week.
Wow.
And making money on the rest. He just moved to Miami actually to expand his business.
From where?
Indiana.
Oh, wow.
So
and he
he's-
was renting it out in Indiana
Yeah,
like
and it was
that?
doing well.
Wow.
Made enough money to come move out to Miami.
Holy
So
shit.
now he's in Miami. He has his Corvette. He's going to
Nice.
get another car probably pretty soon.
Nice.
I actually got one of my students a Huracan.
Oh,
So
wow.
he ended up getting a 2016 582.
Nice.
Sick fucking car.
What do you pay for that?
He paid, I think it was like 190.
Nice. Good deal.
Yeah, he got busy, so he ended up getting approved for business funding.
Nice.
So that car is printing for him now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge, man. And just $5,000 investment could really change someone's life.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a fraction of what you paid. You paid 15 grand.
15 grand
15,000
for 1/10 of the
value.
stuff that we're giving out.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that value really just came from that guy plugging me in with his like broker network and his network in general.
right.
Because brokers do a really good job of pushing cars out. If you can get them a good wholesale rate, they'll get that car out a lot. And that alone, man, we were getting those cars were out every single day. Bro.
Really? So now do you still push out a lot of cars through brokers?
Yeah, but we don't
Nice.
work with as many. We'll probably work with like 10 on a given basis.
Okay.
Like 10 really solid ones that only have really good clientele, and then
Yeah.
we just get a lot of clients through our network.
And a lot of those brokers, is that like what they're doing full time? Like,
Yeah, a lot of them are luxury concierge.
Okay,
guys, so,
gotcha.
you know, they're getting their clients a car, they're getting them a reservation, a poppy steak, they're doing all of that.
Gotcha.
But so those are the clients I love. You know, they're
Yeah.
coming here with money to spend. They're from New York or wherever they're from, and
Yeah.
they're here for 2 days. They want to flex, and that's it. You know, there's
Right.
nothing shady going on, and I've never had anything bad happen in any of my cars.
Yeah.
I had 2 Uruses almost stolen when I first got started, but
Holy shit. Do you put trackers in the cars?
yeah, and
okay.
yeah, and kill switches.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you could turn off the car at any point?
yeah,
That's nuts.
from my phone,
From your phone.
all 30. Just bought it, and that car won't start
The
until
car won't start.
and
What
then
if someone's driving it?
See, I haven't tried that, but
But if someone's driving it, it would just stop? Or you don't know?
yeah,
Really?
it would just turn off.
It would just turn off.
Like they'd still be able to brake and like pull over, but
right.
yeah, that car's off.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could install that in cars.
Yeah, I don't know if it's legal, so we'll have to do some research, but
Should we cut that?
maybe. Fuck
All
it.
right. Cut it. Dude, I want to get that in my cars in case someone steals my shit.
Bro, I tell people nowadays too, even if I wasn't renting cars out, if I had anything nice, I'm putting trackers and a kill switch in. 'Cause
Yeah.
You never fucking know. Imagine you wake up, your car's gone. It happened to a client. He woke up. This was like a couple months ago when we still had a C8 that we were renting out.
Yeah.
He woke up. He calls me, yo, the car's not in my driveway. I swear I parked it in my driveway. I go on the tracker app. I see it's like 5 blocks down the street. I killed the engine, went with a spare key, and just stole the car back.
Oh my God, that's nuts.
So the
dude.
robber probably was so confused.
Yeah.
He just stole a C8 that it wakes up and it's gone.
Yeah. He's playing checkers. You guys are playing chess.
Literally.
That's funny.
But yeah.
What are some of the craziest stories that you've had besides that car getting stolen?
I just had a crazy story. I don't know if I can share it.
So don't
right
share
now.
it if you can.
Yeah, let's just say car blew up. So that was
Yeah.
fun. But
car blew up.
that was pretty insane.
That must be a fucking stressful day for you.
Oh, bro.
Like,
Those 3 hours were like fucking insane. I didn't know what to do. I've never had to deal with a situation like that.
Oh my God.
And now I got a good amount of money riding on my shoulders, you know?
Yeah.
Now I got to go back and make sure the client was fully covered.
Right.
I got to make sure that he's going to comply. Because that's a big thing too. People don't understand, like, the client, if something happens when a client's renting your car and he's not complying with insurance, it's not that you won't win, but it takes a lot longer.
Right.
If he gets on the phone and says, hey, I was the one driving, this happened.
Right.
Case closed. No investigation has to be done.
Right.
But the minute he's hanging up when the insurance calls him, he's not complying, then it just takes so long. And I've had that happen before.
Yes.
And I've had that happen to a point where I literally said, bro, like, I have everything that I need. I have your rental car. I have a video of you driving off in this car.
Yeah.
Either I sue you and it's going to cost you way more money, or you comply with insurance and your premium goes up a little bit and everybody's happy and he complied.
Good.
So luckily, most clients will comply because they know what's on the line.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we have the contracts. That's why I take videos of everyone driving off.
Right.
Even sometimes I'll take a video of their driver's license next to their face if I don't know who they are.
Of course.
A lot of the times I don't like to rent to first timers if they don't come from like a trusted source. So if somebody hits me up on Instagram and looks a little weird, I'm not going to rent to him.
Gotcha.
You know? So for the most part, we have really good clients. A lot of my friends rent, a lot of like mutual friends rent.
Right.
And brokers, they always send us really good clients. So we never deal with those sorts of issues. But
Thankfully.
if you're starting out and you want to rent to anybody and everybody, you got to be careful.
Right.
You know, like I saw this post on Instagram. There's a company out in LA. I think they're Monza Exotics. Bro, they had a Urus S stolen from a client. And bro, they took a picture of the client's face with his driver's license because they posted on Instagram. Still couldn't do anything about it. The guy ripped the trackers out. Maybe they didn't have proper trackers in. They're offering a $10,000 reward for anybody who could find that car. It's a Urus S, like a $320,000 car gone. And they took a picture of his face, his driver's license, everything. Still couldn't get that car.
But at that point, wouldn't the owner's insurance cover it?
Yeah.
Depends.
Yes, that's your last resort.
That's your last resort. That's the last thing you want.
But you know, a lot of people do no insurance rentals, and the issue with that is if there's a police report on the car and it shows the owner wasn't the one driving, a lot of the times his insurance won't cover the vehicle.
Yeah, and the second they find out that he rented it out, they definitely won't cover it.
100%.
Like, you're allowed. Obviously, I deal with car accidents all day, every day. Like, I could say, hey, brother, you can borrow my car for the day.
Exactly.
You have my permission. But the second you're paying me to rent my car, I don't know if insurance would cover that.
No, and you know, a lot of the times we don't tell the insurance companies that we're renting cars out. Like whatever insurance is on the cars that are in our fleet, they don't know those cars are being rented.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they're going to drop that. It's just too high risk.
It is, yeah.
Because the odds of an accident happening or something happening are 10x, 100x. Right. But that's why I always tell investors, look, your insurance will never get hit. We're always using the client's insurance.
Yeah. And as long as you have the right contracts and documentation, you're good. Because in Florida, there's something called the Graves Amendment. Do you know about it?
I actually don't.
Okay, so this is actually a very important law for you. It applies to all rental car companies. It says that according to Florida law, I forgot what the exact statute is, but according to Florida law, the owner and company of the car is not liable if a renter causes bodily injury or damage.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the owner or renter has to provide minimal insurance.
Right.
So most of the time I deal with not luxury rentals, but my clients will get hit by someone that's renting a Chevy from Enterprise, right?
Okay.
So Enterprise has to provide at least $10,000 of bodily injury liability. And we can't go after them for more, right? Because they're protected by the Graves Amendment. Now, you guys are obviously verifying insurance of the person that's driving the car, so you don't have to provide that coverage.
Right.
But nonetheless, you guys are protected by the Graves Amendment. That's something you can share with your coaching clients tonight.
I actually know that. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, Google it. Graves Amendment. Very, very helpful for people like you
100%.
and other big rental car companies. Because imagine, dude, Enterprise and Avis, whatever other companies there are, imagine they rent a car to somebody, he kills someone because it's his fault. That could cost Avis a couple $1,000,000
easily,
right? And I'm sure that happens more often than not.
I should have a pretty crazy story.
So that law is there to protect you guys.
Yeah.
What's the story?
So my buddy down here, this is the guy that kind of got me in the game. He didn't like teach me the game, but like he's been renting cars forever.
Okay.
So I was like, damn, like he's crushing it. I know there's a hot market. I'm gonna start this. But I think it was 2020 or 2020. He had an S580 Maybach with the old body, not the new bodies that we have. But he had these 4 guys that rented it. They took it to 11, got blackout drunk, and they were driving down the Venetian Causeway like 3:34 a.m. And he has trackers, same trackers I use. So he was seeing them go 110, 120, 130 down the Venetian Causeway, lost control, hit a pole. 3 of them weren't wearing seatbelts. 1 was, and the one that was survived. They all went unconscious except for the one wearing a seatbelt. He crawled out. The car blew up like 5 minutes later.
Holy shit.
And that guy, or the families of the deceased, tried to sue him for like everything.
Of course.
But he ended up winning.
Wow.
He showed how fast they were going. He showed where they were.
Yeah.
He showed the likelihood of them being, or I think actually the one guy that survived got his blood alcohol levels checked and he was above the legal limit, even though he wasn't driving.
Yeah.
Which, kind of made it just, obviously the driver might have been sober, who knows, but you're going 140 at 4 a.m., the odds are you're pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
So he had everything necessary from the trackers
to
show that how fast they're going and everything like that. But if he didn't even have trackers in the car that showed the speed, that one guy tried to say that the brakes didn't work. So he was saying the brakes were faulty, and my boy was able to show that they were going 3 times the legal speeding limit.
Right.
And that was all they needed.
Yeah, that's nuts,
But you never know, man. Like bro, I bet you people are taking my cars to 11. They're taking my cars to live. Especially the out-of-towners, right? They want to flex.
Of course.
Right? You're going to a club, you're going to pull up in a Lambo if you're renting a Lambo.
Yeah.
You're getting a table, you're going to drink.
Yeah.
You just have to assume these things. So you really don't know who, one stupid decision could be the end of them, but it could also be a huge fucking headache to you.
Right.
So you just got to assume like the worst case scenario in every situation and make sure you got every liability covered that you could think of.
Of course.
So we don't play around, bro. I don't even take Amex. Like a Platinum Amex will have like 50K of coverage.
Yeah.
But if someone's driving an Evo worth 250 and there's a full write-off accident, they'll have 50K in coverage.
Right.
It's huge liability. But most people will say, oh, bro, 99% of accidents are only going to be like 20K in damage, 30K in damage. Bro, all it takes is one car to blow up like that happened, and now you're completely fucked.
Yeah. I mean, that could kill your year, right?
Literally. If you have to come out of pocket, that hurts.
Yeah.
So it's a very fun business. It's a very exciting business. But it can be a very big headache business if you just want to make money. Right. You gotta, not all money is good money. That's what I tell people. You really gotta have your ducks in a row, and there's no point in taking risks, Right. You turn down this client that doesn't have the right coverages or has an Amex that he wants to use, but 2 hours later you could have a client coming that wants to rent it for 3 days instead of 2 that has full coverage where you're gonna be covered on the full value of the car.
Right.
Yeah,
100%. That's a reoccurring theme that I hear on the podcast, interviewing other entrepreneurs. Like, you got to do good business.
Yes.
You got to do things right. You got to do them by the book. You got to uphold your reputation, because it's not all about that quick money.
No.
Right? And especially in a business like yours, dude, you could get offered crazy money for daily rentals
100%.
for people that are complete savages and might total the car.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sure you've had people that are like, oh, dude, I'll pay you $5,000 a day for a Huracan. I don't have insurance, but I'm paying you 5 times the amount.
100%.
Right?
Bro. I've had that offer.
Yeah.
Bro, I just need unlimited miles. I'll pay you $5,000. I don't have insurance. Bro, that $5,000 could turn into $250,000, $300,000.
Right.
The risk to reward is insane. Like,
right.
I don't need that $5,000 that bad.
Right.
Right. But when I was first starting this business, that would have been really hard to turn down. Right.
Yeah.
A new entrepreneur gets excited, especially when deals like that come across.
Yeah.
Like a seasoned entrepreneur knows when to say no, and will know that like not all money is good money. Of course. And that's when you just kind of flourish and you start thriving. But a lot of people don't think like that early on. Yeah. And the biggest thing with this business is there's a lot of people coming in and out. A lot of people start this business. Right. They get into one bad accident where they weren't covered and now they're out of the game. Yep. It happens all the time.
Of course.
So the only ones that have survived, like myself, MPH Club, MVP, bro, those guys have been doing this for years, but I can guarantee you that we all have our ducks in a row. We all use the same insurance verification template, probably very similar contracts. It's the only way to survive this type of business. Yeah. Because just on the small claims that I've had to open, you're probably talking, like $250,000 worth of damages. Yeah. Imagine not being covered and having to come out of pocket on $250,000 worth of damages. This business would not be where it is because I wouldn't have been able to use the profits to grow the business. Yeah. Would have been paying back the damage on these cars. Yeah. Nobody wants to do that,
Yeah. And talking about the profits to grow the business, do you spend money on advertising or it's all organic?
All organic, yeah.
That's nuts, dude. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you're spending your money really to invest in new cars most of the time, or
not even anymore because we work with investors. Yeah. But we'll spend our money just like marketing. Gotcha. Getting videographers, good content. Right. video editors, payroll,
Right.
trying to grow the team and make it as automated and as possible
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
right people as well.
Right.
So, you know, all sorts of different things like that.
Yeah. And is this your first business? Yeah, right? Or you had the coaching business, sorry.
Yeah, I did personal training for
training.
like 2 years. I did
Okay.
online coaching, and then I did some stuff in crypto.
How did you do in the personal training business?
I worked at Equinox actually right out
Oh,
of college.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
worked there
nice.
for like 2 years. I did it for networking. I knew I was gonna be able to network properly and
Yeah.
meet some cool people. So I worked there out of college. So I had no idea what the fuck I wanted to do. I actually I was thinking about doing law.
Really?
Yeah, I have a criminology degree.
Nice.
So I thought that was gonna be the most interesting way
Yeah.
to law school. And then I graduated. Number one, I didn't take university or college seriously, so I had terrible grades.
Gotcha.
And number two, I just I just hated school, bro.
Yeah.
There's no chance. I have a lot of lawyers in my family.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's where the interest sparked. But then I was just like, man, there's no
Dude,
way.
at the end of the day, you got to go for what really drives you and what you'll enjoy. But I think with the exotic car rental business, there's this persona or fantasy that it's like, you're just driving luxury cars all day. You're not really fucking working.
Yeah, that's what it
right?
looks
That's
like
what
for
people
me.
think,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, he doesn't work. He just drives Lambos and Ferraris.
Bro, when
all
I'm
day.
driving a Maybach and I'm taking a little video of it, that's me working.
Yeah, it is.
And I'll post that on my story. That's literally me working.
Yeah, it's you working. But nonetheless, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it
100%.
too, right? Like,
100%. And it's crazy to think, because I'm sure this is the same with you. Like, bro, not even 4 years ago, I was nowhere where I am right now.
yeah.
And I always dreamt of this type of life, living in
Yeah.
Miami, time freedom, financial freedom,
Yeah.
and just doing what I love.
Yeah.
Because even if I was making $100,000 profit a month,
Yeah.
but I hated waking up and working on my business and doing what I'm doing, bro, I'd be miserable.
Right.
The key, I think, is you got to really enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
You really got to wake up and enjoy that kind of life. Because people always ask me, bro, how do you have like work-life balance? I'm like, bro, I don't.
Right.
This is my life.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I don't feel like I need balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I built a business that's so automated, I don't really have to do much, and my business is running. I could be in Europe for 2 months, and I still have people on the ground,
Yeah.
delivering cars, doing insurance verifications, dealing with broker chats, dealing with DM requests, all these different things where I don't even have to be here. You know, of course, the business will probably slow down because I'm not here to kind of like
Yeah.
grow it. But at the same time, I don't need to be here. But
Right.
man, I had this thought actually the other day. I can't remember what car I was in, one of the exotics. I was like, man, I fucking used to dream of this life. Like not only having access to all these cars,
Yeah.
but like I didn't even think a Lambo before the age of 45 was attainable.
Right.
You know, like my dad got his first supercar at like 43, which was an R8.
Yeah.
And I remember I asked him at the time, I was like, did you ever think you would get this car at that point? And he was like, nah. So me being 27, having the business that I have and like living in Miami, coming from Canada, being able to grow this business in such a amount of time,
Yeah.
being able to have the personal brand that I have now too, bro, that's like shit I used to dream of. And,
Right.
You know? So it's crazy to think that this is actually reality now.
Right.
You know, and that just literally came from perseverance, bro.
Yeah.
Like waking up every day and staying at it.
Right.
Literally becoming better 1% every single day.
Yeah. That's it.
And most people quit before they even have a chance to, you know, even see a tiny bit of growth.
Yeah.
Because they're not seeing any results.
Right.
Like I used Turo for 6 months. I had 3 cars. I was making no money. Imagine if we were just like, fuck it, this isn't working.
Right.
Or fuck it, I'm going to shift my attention elsewhere. And
Yeah.
Murci would not be where it is today.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that applies to all businesses. You could either take action or you could make excuses.
100%.
Right. And you see a lot of people that they just make excuses as to why things won't work.
100%.
As opposed to thinking of reasons why things will work.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think people become a little bit too emotional in business
Yeah.
as well, where something bad happens and now they're like depressed, they're frustrated, instead of just being like, okay, this happened. How can I fix it? How
Yeah.
can I move forward?
Yeah.
And a lot of people will just quit because they can't take what happened or the problems they have to solve because they're
Yeah.
too difficult to solve.
Right.
You know, being an entrepreneur is being a problem solver. That's really what it is.
It is.
Like
all day.
you're
every
just
day.
solving problems every day, and in turn, that's making
Yeah.
you money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 100%. If you're not making money, that's a problem. You have to solve it. Now you're gonna make more money.
100%.
But people are just too lazy to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know,
They
And
are.
It's just like, bro, I think that 9 to 5 life is probably the worst life you can live. Like being a stressed entrepreneur for a few years, but setting yourself up for life after that versus a 9 to 5 till you're 60 and then living life at 60.
Yeah.
Bro, it doesn't make any
You
fucking
wouldn't change
sense.
it, huh?
Never, bro.
Yeah, me neither. And I was smiling for those of you listening on audio, because we have this video and audio. So people listening on audio, I was literally smiling when you were like, dude, this is my dream life. Because I have that fucking thought
Yeah.
like every day whenever I look at, you know, the materialistic shit that I like, which is bullshit at the end of the day, the cars and the watches and all that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy that we get to do this at such a young age, and we're surrounded by so many people that are doing it too, you know?
100%. And it's crazy to think that like things you used to dream of as a kid, materialistic items you used to dream of.
Right.
Become numb at one point in time once you get used to them.
Yeah.
Like when we got our Maybach SUV, bro, I almost cried of joy. Like I couldn't believe we're getting that car. Now I get someone that wants to throw a fucking SV in the fleet. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, that could do well. Yeah, that's cool. Like you know what I'm saying? I love these cars, don't get me wrong, but my enjoyment from the first time I ever got into a Maybach or a Lambo versus now is definitely not the same.
It's not
where
the same.
It shows that, but like that proves the point that life isn't all about materialistic things.
Right.
You really got to love your life just how it is and just enjoy waking up.
Yeah.
Because all of these things will get old. Like somebody could have a goal of buying a Lambo and they could get that in, 10 years later, and they work every day for 10 years to get that Lambo. 2 months later, they're going to want something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just how we are as humans. We always want more and more and more and more. It's very hard to become satisfied.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something that you're truly passionate about, and you're waking up every day and working on that, bro, like I bet you Neil will say the same thing about what he does.
For sure, yeah.
This guy he kills it, bro. He's got like 12 supercars.
Yeah.
Making a fortune.
Yeah.
But bro, you see how hard this dude works? He works every single day.
Yeah.
He posts content every single day, YouTube every single day, because he genuinely loves what he does.
Yeah, he does.
Like if you ask him, hey Neil, why are you posting so much? Why are you doing what you're doing? The last thing he's gonna say is, oh dude, I hate what I do. He's gonna say, I love what I do.
Yeah.
The money's one thing, the cars are one thing, but I just enjoy my daily routine.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes down to.
Yeah, and I feel like all of us young entrepreneurs are so similar. Like you have this coaching call after the podcast. When I had Neil on, he's like, yo, after this, I got to go work. I got to go back home to the home office and work. Me, after this podcast, I'm going to a work meeting.
Yep.
Like people think that what they see on Instagram, us just enjoying life and doing the bullshit is, oh, we just chill all day, but there's so much work that goes into it too. Right. And
so much work.
And people have to understand that you have to work really fucking hard to get to this level and these levels.
And you gotta be cool, like sacrificing a lot of your free time.
Yeah.
Time with family, time with friends.
Yeah.
Staying in when everybody's going out.
Right.
Just so you can get up early and go to the gym and just become 1% better every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for me, like I'm trying to post 2 reels a day.
Yeah.
Like me going out, getting fucked up. Number one, spending money that I didn't have to spend. Number two, waking up late. Number three, I'm probably not going to post content that day.
Yep.
Not going to work out. Like that's a huge setback.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, dude, I have to be like, okay, it's Friday night. My friends are going out. I'm going to stay in so I can get a workout in. I want to post 3 reels tomorrow. I got meetings I want to do. I want to go post some cars. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize that like there's little things that you do that really affects you. Not even maybe tomorrow, but longevity wise, that shit really does,
Yeah. You could post one piece of content that could blow up, get you 100 clients.
Exactly. And then if you went out the night before, got fucked up, decided not to post that piece of content, forgot about it, dude, that's 100 clients that you could have got. That's just gone.
Yeah.
And your competitors are showing up and they're working.
Yeah.
And that's something you got to think about. Like I'm not the only one in my industry, right? So unless I show up every single day, bro, like Miami is also one of those cities where if you're not putting in effort every single day, you're going to fall behind.
Yeah.
There's just too many hungry individuals ready to risk it all, ready to work 24/7 to get to where you are right now. So you gotta like literally cherish where you are and like hold that fucking tight to you, because a lot of people get cocky as well. They're like, oh, dude, I'm killing it. I can afford to do this and that and that. Next thing you know, the new dog comes in and takes over. Like it happens all the time.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
100%.
What are some things that you do every day that hold you accountable?
I work out every single morning.
You do?
I just actually brought on a coach.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to be a personal trainer and shit, but literally just to have a plan.
Who's the coach?
Joey.
Oh, dude, I'm having him on the podcast.
Joey Fowler?
I think next week.
Dude,
yeah. I met him at Anatomy.
Beauty. Yeah, he's a beauty, bro.
Dude, that guy's fucking
shredded.
jacked.
So that's another thing, bro. It's like, bro, you look at Joey, insane physique.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of my boys, he has his clientele. It was a no-brainer for me. I just wanted structure. I know what the fuck. If I wanted to go create a meal plan for myself, I can do it. If I want to build a workout routine for myself, I can do it. But having somebody that can just hold you accountable like that.
Yeah.
So I have a meal plan chef, so all my meals are made for me.
Oh, nice.
Like
who do you use?
Her name's Tati. She's super fucking good.
She comes to cook to you?
No, she cooks and then she brings the meals.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And everything's laid out, calories, everything.
Awesome.
And she comes twice a week, so Mondays and Thursdays, so all the meals are fresh.
So it's always fresh. That's great.
They're not like refrigerated for a week and then they come.
Nice.
Fire fucking meals. Like
nice.
Her meals, I eat them and I feel good. Like no bloat.
Yeah.
Like I actually feel fucking good. I don't feel tired.
Right.
Sluggish.
Yeah.
So I have her for my meals. I got Joey for my fitness.
Yeah.
My business is automated. Like my goal right now is to automate absolutely fucking everything.
Yeah.
So I can just absolutely blow myself up, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's the goal.
It's like when they talk about Steve Jobs always wearing the black turtleneck.
Yeah.
They're like, I saw this one video. It's like, because they don't want to make decisions about shit that doesn't matter.
Exactly, bro. If I have to make a decision on what I need to cook for dinner tonight,
Yeah.
cooking, buying the groceries, cleaning up, that's like an hour and a half of my time.
Yeah.
Versus I could just pay for a meal like a chef where the meals might be a little bit more expensive, but at the end of the day it's very similar, and I'm saving so much time, thought, everything. So that's why I brought Joey on. I'm like, dude, I'm going to the gym and I'm just kind of doing whatever.
Where do you work out?
Boxer.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone's going to Boxer now.
It's a great gym, and Mateo, who owns it, he's a solid fucking dude.
Yeah,
like,
I've
really
met him
nice
once.
Guy. Super dope guy.
Nice.
So just solid people all around over there.
Yeah.
It's a good gym. I like that. There's no AC.
Yeah.
So I leave dripping and sweat, and I love that feeling.
Drenched, but doesn't your car get all fucked
That's
up?
the issue. I bring a towel, put on the seats.
Yeah. That's awesome. I got to check out Boxer. What time do you work out usually?
Like 10 a.m.,
Okay.
9:30.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll hit a workout.
Yes, we will. 100%. I've been going to Anatomy. I love it.
I've heard great things about Anatomy as well.
It's cool. It's not as hardcore of a gym. I do like the hardcore gyms because I have Elevation as well.
Yes.
Elevation is good. It's just I don't love the crowd there. So I kind of went towards Anatomy.
For sure.
But so you eat good, you work out. Is there any other things that are like staples in your day to keep you consistent? Or you stick to those?
Usually just stick to those.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then for me, I'm just a pretty driven individual.
Yeah.
So for me to like get to work, post content, make reels, do
Right.
everything I need to do isn't difficult for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are things that I just like have in routine.
Yeah.
Meals made for me, coach keeping me accountable, getting my work in the morning,
Hell yeah.
taking the dog out 3-4 times a day,
Yeah.
picking up chicks with the dog.
There you go. Yeah, that's part of the
I
daily
will tell
routine.
you, I'm sure the Lambo does well because
Yeah.
the Lambos do well, but the puppy is next fucking
Dude,
level,
it's
bro.
next level for sure.
Bro, I've never seen anything like it. I walk
crazy.
around the block, bro. It takes me an hour to walk around the fucking block. So,
And we're also probably in one of the best cities for that as well.
Oh, yeah,
There's
bro.
beautiful women all around Brickell.
Dude, it's insane.
ridiculous.
Bro,
ridiculous.
it's literally ridiculous.
Dude, I told my mom to come for lunch one day. We sat at Moxie's and she's like, Joey, is the uniform for girls here like sports bra and yoga pants?
She's not wrong.
I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
She's like,
much.
oh, I see why you like it here.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
It's hard.
funny.
It's hard not to like Brickell.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
here.
a great spot, and it's
Yeah.
so. I feel like it's also now so condensed with like top entrepreneurs too.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody.
And everybody
lives in this
knows
little-
each other too.
Yes.
Like you're wearing the hype shirt right now.
Yep,
The boys at
my boy
hype.
Marcus and-
Yeah,
and
Marcus
Yuri.
and Yuri. They're cool as fuck.
Yep.
I stop by their store every once in a
Oh,
while
always,
too.
bro.
I got these shoes there. Shout out hype.
Fire.
They gave me one of those shirts. You didn't get those.
No,
there.
unfortunately. Don't show them. Don't show them.
But everyone knows each other.
Yes.
Which is so cool about Miami.
And everybody's also super down to collaborate, which I love.
Yes.
Because I remember I was posting YouTube videos for a little bit. I was trying to post once a week, and they're fire. There's just so much fucking effort to post
It
YouTube
is.
videos. But I didn't even know Neil that well at the time. And I just was like, yo, Neil, let's do a YouTube video together. Bro, without hesitation. Let's do it, bro.
Wow.
We raced 2 cars. We had a McLaren 650S. He brought his Evo.
Oh, that's sick.
We raced for a Richard Mill.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it was like, got like 10K views. That's my first video on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Like, dude, like like a lot of genuine people, and everybody's
Yeah.
down to collab. Like, people
Yeah.
can see, like, I wasn't even anything crazy at that point. I didn't really have any crazy cars.
Right.
I just see Neil around, and we'd say hi and kind of
Yeah.
get to know each other, and then,
That's so cool.
everybody's
man.
down to collab, which is awesome.
Yeah, and everyone's very genuine for the most part. Like, I don't think I've met anyone that has this kind of big persona on social
No,
media,
or
but
ego.
in person they're a dick. Like, everyone's very cool, man.
100%.
Very nice.
But the nice thing too about Miami in general is like if you are like a solid entrepreneur, like one of the top entrepreneurs, the networking you have access to at that point is insane. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody, don't get me wrong, it's probably the same for you. Like, bro, I only want to network with guys that are at my level or above.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same for you. I get hit up all the time, bro. Let's go for coffee. I'd love to learn more. It's like, bro, if I'm the one offering value for the full hour,
Yeah.
you might as well pay me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel
Right.
like once you just put your head down, you grind, you build a really solid business, really solid brand for yourself, the level of individuals you get access to at that point
Yeah.
is insane.
It is.
And that will take you to the next level
Right.
by itself.
Right. And there's so much that you can learn from everybody. Like, dude, I've learned so
Exactly.
much just sitting here talking to you. We're in completely different businesses.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we're always learning from each other, right?
100%.
And like everyone I have, that's what's so cool about this podcast is I have like, everyone's like, oh, you're a lawyer. Is it a legal podcast? I'm like, no, it's the last thing from
Yeah.
a legal podcast. I just want people to learn about your industry and how you made it, because there's so much value in that. And the right person that listens to the podcast is going to get the same value will know how to apply it to their business, right? Even something as simple as post one reel every day. And it doesn't have to have this huge production behind it. It doesn't have to have this huge production behind it. It could just be you talking into the camera, right? With the car that you're talking about on the side. And it's just like small things that if you pick up from that, you can get so much value and you can grow your business so much.
100%.
So we've been talking for quite some time. Oh shit, it's already 8 o'clock. You got to go to your coaching call soon. But wait, don't cut it yet. I want to know, what are your next steps for Murci? Like, what do you have planned next?
So for Murci, I want to just get like some crazy cars.
Okay.
Like I want to get an Aventador. I want to get an SF90, maybe a 765 LT.
Nice.
But in terms of like, I get this question a lot in terms of like expanding. I don't think I'm going to expand to any other cities.
Okay.
Because it's just a lot of work to get set up there and to kind of build presence and get clientele. I really like where Murci is right now. If I can kind of just grow it even more in Miami and then also just level up the coaching, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to be known as like the car guy. You know? Like I feel like there are guys out there like PJ, Exotic Car Hacks. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, of course.
But he only teaches you how to buy cars correctly.
Correct.
With me, I teach the rental aspect to where you'll actually never lose a dollar.
Yeah.
Because you're making way more money on these cars than they're depreciating.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody's doing that. There's nobody out there that's doing that.
No.
So my goal is grow Murci, but I want to just blow up my personal brand and I want to be the guy.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
and you definitely can, man. Like, you started growing your personal brand 2 months ago. It's already fucking blowing up.
I appreciate it.
It's great. Just keep adding value and you already are known as that guy. And it's cool because going back to it, like on social media, you could be the guy for the cars. You could be the guy for the watches. You could be the guy for the law.
You could be the personal injury guy.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm trying to establish.
And you're doing a good job.
Thank you, man. Luckily in my industry, it's not as competitive.
And you probably have a lot, like the demographic is much older as well, probably.
Exactly. In my competition, correct.
You own your own practice?
Yes.
Fire.
Yeah. Awesome. I started the practice like 4 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, 4 years ago now.
What's it called?
Rafaeli Law. It's my last name.
Nice.
Someone's got to do a podcast to me.
I was going to say, bro.
But nonetheless.
Let's talk about you, bro.
It's just car accidents. I actually did that with Adam towards the end of my podcast. But yeah, man, it's just personal injury, car accidents, slip and falls. Just trying to hustle and crush it. But enough about that. In terms of Murci Luxury, I got to ask you one question. What's one dream car you want to have in the fleet? Any car whatsoever.
Bugatti Chiron.
You
got to tell Wes to throw it in the fleet, bro.
Dude, you got to tell him.
I know.
Have you asked him?
Dude, he would probably slap me in the face.
Dude, you ask him.
He
might slap you.
No, for sure. Yado's Fitness is probably a better guy to ask.
Yeah.
I met him at the SLS. Cool guy.
Yeah, I heard he's very nice.
He's got a
what
nice
would a
Bugatti.
car like that rent out for?
See, the issue is nobody's insurance would cover that. Like, bro, even the valet, they have like $1 million coverage for cars that they bring up and down. They can't even touch a Chiron. So whenever I saw Lambo had his Chiron there the other day, it just sits in, like nobody touches it, just sits there.
Gotcha. They're scared.
Nobody, I wouldn't even be able to rent it out. It'd probably be used for production use only.
Okay, gotcha.
And even then, I'd have to charge like 20, 30K a day.
Do you do some cars for production use?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, we've done some big music videos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then you'll just drop them off. They won't even drive them.
Yeah, my guy will just kind of sit there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did one actually like a month ago. Nardo Wick, Sean Kingston, who's now in jail.
Oh, shit. Yeah, for like some kind of fraud.
Yeah.
For just fraud because he promised someone like Justin Bieber was going to.
No, I think what he did was he like buys stuff, but he convinces the sellers to let him not pay right then and there because he's going to promote it. He's friends with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Then they're like, okay, pay me in a month, and he doesn't pay. But why would you let products go without pay? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense.
He bought like some like 500-inch TV for $200,000 where he didn't pay for it, and that was the whole thing. And then he had all these little things that he didn't pay for. It was like $500,000 to $1 million worth of like fraud.
Jeez.
Like a whole thing where he just said he was friends with Justin Bieber or something.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
That's nuts. But nonetheless, we don't fuck with that kind of business.
No, fuck no.
All the entrepreneurs on my show, if you guys have heard, back to back to back, everyone believes in good business, you know.
That's the key, bro.
So, yeah.
That's literally the key. If you want to become successful, just do good business.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just work hard and do good business.
That's it.
And it's inevitable that you're going to succeed.
Exactly. But if someone starts saying, "Oh, Jayden fucked me over here," and then someone's like, "Yo, he fucked me over here too," next thing you know, your business is done. Yeah.
You're done.
So you just got to do good business, you know?
Yeah. All right. I know you got to get on the coaching call. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
I feel like we cut this short. We got to do a part 2
Hell
soon.
yeah. I got a lot of shit I can share too.
Yeah. We'll run it back. But for those of you guys listening, like, comment, subscribe, rate it, share it with your friends. And most importantly, if you guys want to rent a car in Miami, hit up Jayden. It's at Murci Luxury,
Murci.
Oh, Murci.
Yeah.
Got it. Murci Luxury on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Is that the best way to reach you guys if they want to rent a car?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Probably on Instagram.
All right, awesome. So guys, reach out to him. He's got a badass fleet, great prices, great service, and most of the cars they can pick up from SLS Lux.
And we deliver.
And you guys deliver. Awesome. Anything else?
That's about it.
We got the bases covered.
We got the bases covered. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank
you, man.